What's up, YouTube fans? Today I'm doing a video on, some ways to naturally prevent and get rid of fleas on dogs. I would be lying if I said this wasn't an issue with my dogs in the past. And I tried a few methods that failed, but then after doing some research, I figured out some new ways to get rid of fleas that was very effective and very low cost. So let me just go over some of these methods, and then in the end I'll tell you what the method that worked for me the best. And that is some methods to basically help your dog get rid of fleas. Number one, a flea collar. A flea collar is a great way to ward off fleas without always having to reapply something. Typically, and it keeps the flea control constant and steady. So you will need a lot of things. There's also like specialized instructions with this. Basically, it's a kit that you buy, and it works on some dogs, but it doesn't on other ones. So I haven't personally tried it, but this is some research I did online that claims that it works, and it seems very reliable. So yeah, I'll let you guys do some research on that if you're interested in it. But a flea collar is one option. Another option is a flea deterring drink. It can be used alongside any of these remedies. Some things you'll need: one teaspoon white distilled vinegar or apple cider vinegar. For every 40-pound dog, add 1 teaspoon of white distilled vinegar or apple cider vinegar to 1 quart of their drinking water. We highly recommend using Bragg's apple cider vinegar. Not only does it deter fleas, it improves a pup's skin and coat condition from the inside out. So that's one option. Another option is basically Flea Comb. This contains lemon, and lemon contains something called limonene, which is a chemical that kills and repels fleas but is harmless to us or our pets. Things you'll need: a freshly sliced up lemon, 1 pot of fresh water, a comb, a sponge, or brush. And it comes with a list of directions. Boil a pot of water and add the slices of a freshly cut lemon to it. Turn off the heat after the lemons have been added and cover the pot, letting the mixture steep overnight. The next day, dip a comb or your pet's brush in the liquid. Make sure it's sufficiently cool and run it through their hair. A sponge works as well, especially if you have a very short-haired breed. A quick version is to bring water up to a vigorous boil and then pour over a freshly sliced lemon. Then just dip the comb, let it cool, and use it as above. So that's another effective way to do it. Basically, a flea comb helps improve their skin as well, and helps them relieve of those fleas. Do it around 3 times each day. If you want more information, I'll provide a link to this this source down below in the description. Another thing or option for relieving your dog of fleas is a flea spray. As a bonus, your pup will get a nice gleaming finish to their coat after using this flea spray. So what you need to create this flea spray is 1 cup white distilled vinegar or 1 cup apple cider vinegar, or a 50-50 blend of both. 1 quart fresh water, 2 to 3 drops of lavender or cedar oil, a decent sized spray bottle. So some directions: the essential oil isn't vital, but it certainly gives the spray an extra edge and a nice smell. If you're using it, add 2 to 3 drops as you add 1 cup of white distilled fresh water. Distilled vinegar. Also, add 1 quart of fresh water. Fill your spray bottle and mix your dog, being careful not to get it in their eyes, nose, or ears, aka avoid spraying near the face to get up around the neck and behind the ears, their chin area. Dampen a soft cloth with the mixture and wipe it on. Spray your pet's bedding and around it with this mixture lightly as well. So that's one option, the flea spray. At the end of this video, I'll also tell you guys the things that were trial and errors for me, so that just reminded me of it. So second to last option is number 5, Flea Begone bag. This little sachet contains things that smell pleasant to us but that drives pests away from your pet. So things you'll need: 2 6-inch squares of breathable fabric such as muslin, a rough handful of cedar chips, 2 teaspoons of dry lavender buds, the peel of 1 lemon. So the directions for this, basically, follow instructions on how to make a sachet here if you need more detail. Cut 2 to 6-inch squares of fabric and place them together inside out. Sew all but one side and turn inside out. Fill with a rough handful of fragrant cedar chips, 1 to 3 tablespoons of lavender, and 1 lemon peel. Leave enough room at the top so you can tie it off with a ribbon or sew it shut. Tying allows you to reuse it when the contents lose their potency. Place under your pet's bedding, or near it. To ward off fleas. Change the mixture every month or so. So that's one option. A flea bag. Basically, the smell wards off, the fleas from your pet's home, where it stays, and its body. Look at her; she's falling asleep. She's feeling very tired. Look at him; he's just over here chilling. So yeah, look at him. Who's your good boy? So yeah. And then last but not least, one other option is a flea bath. Wash your pup with this weekly to deter fleas. You will need half a cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice, 1 to 1.5 to 2 cups of fresh water, 1/4 to 1/2 cup of mild pet-friendly soap or shampoo. So some directions to get this process started are to stir together half a cup of lemon juice, 1 to 1/2 cups of water, and 1/4 cup of mild pet-friendly shampoo or soap. Bottle and label and bathe weekly to keep fleas away. Amounts will vary depending on the size of your dog. As a general rule of thumb, use 2 parts water to every 1/2 cup of soap and lemon juice. So these 6 steps are some of the steps that I researched, which were most effective and natural ways to remedy your dog of fleas. I'm not saying they're necessarily the best ones, but I am saying there are alternatives to buying expensive flea products, because they can be very costly. And I'll now talk to you guys about those costly ways in which I was remedying my dog of fleas, but it wasn't working so much out. So what I used to use at first, I used this Flea Collar, and it had this scent, and what you put on your dog, you keep the collar outside, and it had this lemony cedar scent that supposedly made your dog, the fleas your dog had to jump off its body and off its coat. But it wasn't working so well, to be honest. So I moved on to a Flea Spray. The Flea Spray was a little bit more effective, to be honest. I think I had to do it like every 3 times a day. 3 times a day was. I can't remember which one it was. I bought it at PetSmart. I asked for it, because I was having trouble finding flea sprays that were cheap. So I asked for it, and I think I paid like $20 for it, which was cheap at the time. When I was looking for it, because my dogs got fleas from the neighbor's cat. He got loose and he ran around, and he was lost for about a week or so. Then he came back, and turns out he came back with fleas. And so my dogs and then my other neighbor's dogs had fleas, and so we were heavily fighting this flea frenzy thing on the neighborhood. So I had to do something about it, and then that failed. So I tried to basically make the bedding where my dog was staying, at the time they were staying in the cage, the kennel that you guys seen in my other videos. I try to spray that with lemony cedar and lemon and apple cedar spray I made, that I looked up, and that worked a little bit better than the flea spray, but it still wasn't enough. Every time I shower them on bi-weekly basis, at the time they were still having fleas on them. So what I ended up doing was I asked my buddy who had who breeds dogs for a living, and I asked him, I was like, you know what, my dogs have fleas because of the neighbor's cat. And I asked him, I was like, what do you use? I was like, what products do you buy? He was like, I don't buy any products, I found out some other method that's a lot more effective, and I asked him what it was, and what it was basically Dawn dish soap. Any Dawn dish soap, mix it with water, with a bottle of water. So put like about, I can't remember how much it is. It's about like just a little. Level the bottom off with Dawn soap of the water bottle. Level the water bottle to the bottom of the Dawn soap, and then put water on it, any kind of water, the hose water. Shake it, and then use that as your shampoo for your dog. And I did it the first day, and the first day you wouldn't believe the results. Like, while I was showering them the first day, using that, I'm not even kidding about this, I could even see the dog's fleas jumping out of its coat. Like, they were dying as I was showering the dogs. The fleas were dying off. Like, literally, I couldn't even, it was ridiculous, like how many fleas they had. So that worked well, and I've been using that technique ever since. That's why in my video where you see my me showering my dogs, both Yogi and Nala, you see that I use Dawn soap mixed with a water bottle water, because that's the most effective way that I found, the most low cost of way I've found that you get your dogs rid of fleas. And so that is what I'll stay using, because it's very low cost and it's very effective and it's harmless to the dogs, and there's no losing with using that. So that's what I use. I use Dawn soap, any Dawn soap, it doesn't matter the scent or flavor, and mix it with water, and then apply it to your dog's coat, all the coat. Make sure you cover the whole coat, and you'll see the success that it has. And I know a lot of you guys out there are having trouble with your dogs having fleas. It's just a thing that they go through at one point in their lifetime, unless you have indoor dogs. But if it's an outdoor dog, they're bound to get it at least one point in their lifetime, like my dogs did. But ever since then, they've been good. Their coat's looking nice, besides them always getting dirty, because we work on cars. But yeah, and I'm pretty excited about it. Pretty excited that the Dawn soap is doing a really good effect in brightening their coats. So I hope this video helped on getting 6 ways to naturally get rid of fleas on your dog, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really like doing educational dog videos. If you have any other ideas or suggestions, feel free to drop them on the comments below. If you're new to my channel, like my content, feel free to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Love your guys' support and love you guys give me all the time. Give this video a big thumbs up. If at one point in this video you learned something or it just made you smile, just give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.